Saints. The kicker for the Saints, Will Lutz, has it teed up, and here we go from New Orleans. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. It is always a celebration here in the city of New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Superdome. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Houston Texans and the New Orleans Saints. The kicker for the Saints, Will Lutz, has it teed up, and here we go from New Orleans. From his end zone, here's Tremon Smith.
Texans take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Let's go. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Their first play from scrimmage is a pickup of 13.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
In motion goes the tight end. First down, Mills. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That's the former Buckeye Pete Werner getting the sack. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Pretty shifty footwork, but didn't buy him much.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
Finds his man, it's John Mechie.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away.
That's taken on the 25.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10.
Winston and the Saints now with a first and 10
at their 36-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And this is going to be intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. And the Saints are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Wow, so wipe out the INT, roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Winston. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Saints are on the board here first in the season opener. What's good on the extra point? And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 52 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. A first down throw for Mills. He gets this one to Mechie. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Gets the dump off to Pierce. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Mills to the sideline, and out now is Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal try.
This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash.
The kick by Fairbairn is good.
And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. There he goes, right side. 20, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. You can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. I mean, one play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charlie.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
7 yards there and a 1st down. And this is a guy who's going to get some carries going forward. Picked up as a free agent just this past week.
How about fresh legs, right? We always talk about bringing a guy in, provides that spark, and maybe a little bit of extra energy.
Mills now looks to throw on 1st down. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mills. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this 1st quarter. After one, a 14-3 ball game. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw is Mills. They're going for Howard, but the pass intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Following the interception, Winston. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there of 22.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Kamara trying again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Saints are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And not a very good return at all, as he won't even get this back to the 15. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Pierce now up the middle, and he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Mills on 1st down. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Give left side for Pierce. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there. Now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Mills. And this is going to be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Winston. This is Smith with the ground. Touchdown, New Orleans. Traquan Smith. Yards.
And the Saints are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Lutz good on the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. Here's Mills. This one left side caught by Collins. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
Now a throw here to his running back. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. The Texans on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Off the play fake. Mills being chased out left. Open man is Mechie, and he's got him. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Mills to throw it. He'll let one go deep for Howard. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
That's underneath to Pierce. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call. So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Pierce. So he stopped for no gain. And it's 2nd down. Mills to the air again. Caught left side by Mechie. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Going for it with Pierce. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Facing this big first half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. They'll try and run for it. And try to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Saints will have the football back.
And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On play action, Winston. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long. And Jameis is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try to buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations. In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
On 1st and 10, Mills. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
A gain of 16 yards.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half.
And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Winston to give. It's Kamara.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
134 yards rushing for him now here in Week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
Winston's throw caught by Olave. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
From the red zone now, Winston.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Touchdown! 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston.
And the Saints take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Lutz with the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Mills.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
On play action, Mills.
Looking deep downfield. He's got a man complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one good for 37 yards. Now look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
Again, it's Mills.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted.
And the Saints are going to have it here just past the 25. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out. We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown.
Alvin Kamara
with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns.
And the Saints are pouring it on.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Out of the end zone comes Smith. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. A second down throw from Mills. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 20. A huge play there for Houston. 61 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Hand off left side, Pierce. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Play fake, Mills. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Play action now. Winston. Slant pass complete to Olave. He's got room at the 30. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. The partner is still in the 3rd quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the 4th quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process. Nice job escaping the pocket. And boy, he took the shot downfield towards the end zone, didn't he? Trying to go for 6. It just wasn't there against that coverage.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
He only gave them an instant to react. It was a classic case of if you blink, you missed him. Off of the line and to the quarterback in just a couple of seconds. Running back only had a moment to react and attempt to throw a block.
So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long. Back to throw. The pass caught by Olave. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. And the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone, but still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But this is caught at the 20. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Give to Pierce. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Mills. This will be caught at about the 5. Touchdown, Texans. Nico Collins from 8 yards out. And the Texans are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Fairbairn good with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they put in a lot of backups to do it, and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Kamara try the right side. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On third down, Winston. Going right side here, and that's complete.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way, and plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. He's going to sling this deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. And that last throw is going to keep him climbing that all-time passing yards leaderboard as he crosses the 25,000-yard mark now for his career.
He just recently passed Bart Starr. Next up for him, Bob Greasy. That's 2 Hall of Famers, 2 Super Bowl winners, multiple Super Bowl winners. So he's getting up with the legends now. Congratulations.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line.
It's the former Michigan man, Chase Winovich, who gets in there to bring him down.
A 10th carry for Kamara.
And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. Boy, 227 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive.
Touchdown, Saints! Jameis Winston with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon.
And the Saints are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
Lutz with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. after the touchdown. Lutz to kick it off.
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be.
He's got a man, complete.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On second down, Mills again.
And it'll be intercepted.
And the Saints are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
A second down throw for Winston. And get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
They go play action. Winston. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. And some room to work. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 34 yards there at a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Play fake. Winston. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Jalen Petrie picks it off, and the Texans force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing on 2nd and long.
Mills.
That'll be caught. It's the tight end, Howard. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
A first down throw for Mills.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mills. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man. Complete. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Mills on first down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And they take a knee. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. And just how they envision the start of the season, kneeling it down, defense can't stop the clock. This one's a winner.
You know what's really strange? I think a lot of people think that the kneel-down practice stuff really only happens like one time a week. The best teams I know, they practice it starting back in OTAs. They want them to visualize winning a game and how great that feels, and they got it done in this one.
Yep, a knee gets them to 1-0.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.